Parikshit, son of Abhimanyu, and the grandson of Arjuna, the valiant hero of the Mahabharata, had died of snakebite, who had been cursed by a sage to die so. Janamejaya, son of Parikshit, bore a deep grudge against the snakes for this act, and thus decided to wipe them out altogether. So he performed a great snake sacrifice called Sarpa Satra, that would destroy all living serpents. According to legend, Janamejaya was a Kuru king, who reigned during the 11th century BC. His significance comes as the listener of the first narration of Mahabharata. Once Parikshit went hunting into the forest, became very tired and thirsty. While searching for water, he came across a sage named Samika, and asked him for some water. Samika, being engaged in meditation, did not hear the king's request. But king, mistaking the sage's silence, thrown a dead snake around his neck and went away. But within 7 days, Parikshit was bitten to death by Taksaka, king of the Nagas, as a curse was placed on Parikshit by Gavajata, son of sage Samika. One day, the sage Utanka detailed the circumstances of his father's death to Janamejaya. Janamejaya sought of revenge on the whole serpent dynasty. Janamejaya then decided to perform the snake sacrifice, to destroy not only Takashaka but the entire race of snakes. Then preparations were made to hold the sacrifice, and a land was chosen for this purpose. The sacrifice began. High priests wore black clothes and, chanting the mantras, they made offerings in the sacred fire, and this created burning sensation in the hearts of serpents. They began, one after, of all sizes and shapes of snakes started falling into the fire. Takshaka, the main snake to be killed by the sacrifice, became scared, and took shelter under Indra, who promised to protect him. As the chanting of mantras increased, Vasuki began to feel the burning sensation. He requested his sister Jaratkuru to find out some means of escape from the sacrifice. Vasuki appealed to his nephew Astika, who was born to stop the sacrifice. Astika then promised that he would help to stop the snake sacrifice, and then proceeded towards the place. Enraged at absence of Takshaka, Utanka searched for him with his divine eyes, and found him on the throne of Indra, who had given him asylum. Janamejaya ordered that Indra be dragged into the fire along with Takshaka. As priests intensified the chantings, Indra was dragged towards the fire. As soon as Indra saw the fire sacrifice, he was frightened, and fled from the scene, leaving Takshaka in mid-air, getting dragged towards the fire. Astika had arrived at the sacrifice, and Janamejaya received the sage with all respect, and promised to grant his desire whatever he wishes. Astika demanded that the sacrifice should be stopped. As he was promised to grant any desire of Astika, Janamejaya stopped the snake sacrifice. Astika blessed that the serpents which had died at the sacrifice would attain salvation. After the sacrifice was stopped, Vashampayana started narrating the epic story of Mahabharata to Janamejaya, where Astika and other Brahmins had also assembled at the venue.